Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this human being, and He did not need to create him. And Allah ta'ala is not in need of His creation. Rather, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created this human being, and He sustains this human being, and He provides for this human being. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created this human being, and He honored this human being and gave him two lives: the life of this dunya, which is temporary, and the life of the hereafter, which is permanent and everlasting. And Allah Ta'ala made it very clear in the Qur'an, it is that it is the life of the hereafter, which is permanent. It is the real life. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala said in the verse which the Shaykh recited, the meaning of which, that the hereafter, the next life, is the real life only if they knew. And in this dunya, in this life which is temporary, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala made it the battlefield of conflict between batil, between falsehood and truth. And as in the words of the Mufti, it is the market, if you like, of the conflict between batil, between falsehood and between truth. And in this battlefield, He created this human being as the most noble of all creatures, and He made him of the most perfect of dispositions. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created other creations, the mountains and the animals and the skies and the moon and the sun. But if you were to examine all of these creations, you will find that the only creation that Allah Ta'ala has made in ahsani taqweem, in the most perfect of disposition and in the most perfect of shapes, is the human being. Not only this, but Allah Ta'ala honored him in so many other ways, in addition to providing to this human being everything on this earth to be subservient to him. But also when Allah Ta'ala created Adam, He created him with His hand. Allah Ta'ala made him the Khalifa on this earth. Allah Ta'ala made the angels prostrate to this human being, to this Adam. Why? Because of the value and the place of this human being in the eyes of Allah Ta'ala. And again, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala mentions in the Qur'an, we preferred this human being among all of His creations. And we made this human being, we made him Khalifa on this earth, and made every Khalifa to be vicegerent of Allah Ta'ala on this earth. And we have made everything subservient for him. Everything that you can see and things that you can see. He made him in the best of shapes, and Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala perfected him. He said, look at the eyes, the proportion and the ratio between one eye to the other, one ear to the other. Look at the shape of their face. Look at how it is equally measured, beautifully, in a beautiful shape, in a perfect disposition. Why? Because Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala wanted this, He wanted something from this human being. And Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala repeatedly told us of the nobility and the honor and the position of this human being in the eyes of Allah.